In the vast, sun-drenched landscapes of Africa and Asia, a giant roams. The elephant, Earth's largest land animal, is a living monument of strength and intelligence. Every step it takes, every rumble that echoes through the savannah, is powered by a hidden, extraordinary engine. Deep within its colossal frame lies an organ of incredible scale and efficiency, a masterpiece of biological engineering that sustains this gentle behemoth. This is the story of the elephant's lungs, the very source of its breath, its power, and its life. The chest cavity of an elephant is a chamber built on a grand scale, and occupying nearly all of it are the lungs. Unlike the more delicate, spongy lungs of smaller mammals, an elephant's lungs are dense and robust, weighing over 60 kilograms combined. A unique feature sets them apart. They are directly attached to the chest wall and the diaphragm by a thick layer of connective tissue. This means that instead of floating freely in a fluid-filled sac like our own lungs, they are an integral part of the chest's structure. This firm attachment is a critical adaptation. It helps support the immense weight of the organs and prevents them from collapsing under pressure. Especially when the elephant is lying down or swimming, the lung tissue itself is remarkably elastic, capable of expanding to draw in enormous volumes of air up to 150 liters in a single breath. This incredible capacity is not just about size. It's about supplying the immense oxygen demand of a body that can weigh more than 6 tons. Without this high-volume, high-efficiency system, the elephant simply couldn't power its massive form. To truly appreciate this respiratory powerhouse, we must journey inside. The journey begins at the tip of the trunk, a multifunctional marvel that acts as a nose, a hand, a snorkel, and an extended airway. As the elephant inhales, air is drawn through the 2 nostrils at the end of the trunk, where it is warmed, humidified, and filtered of dust and debris. From there, it travels down the trachea, a wide, flexible tube reinforced with strong rings of cartilage. These rings prevent the airway from collapsing under the powerful suction of each breath. The trachea then splits into 2 primary bronchi, each one leading to a lung. Inside the lungs, the bronchi branch out like a tree, dividing into progressively smaller and smaller airways called bronchi. This intricate network, known as the bronchial tree, ensures that air is distributed evenly throughout the entire lung tissue. At the very end of these microscopic branches are the alveoli, the true workhorses of the respiratory system. An elephant's lungs contain hundreds of millions of these tiny, balloon-like air sacs. It's here, across a membrane thinner than a single human hair, that the miracle of gas exchange occurs. The process of breathing is a symphony of muscular coordination. When an elephant inhales, it's not just its lungs that are at work. The diaphragm, a huge dome-shaped muscle at the base of the chest, contracts and flattens. Simultaneously, the intercostal muscles between the ribs pull the rib cage upwards and outwards. Because the lungs are directly attached to these structures, they are stretched open, creating a vacuum that sucks air deep inside. Once the air fills the millions of alveoli, oxygen dissolves across their moist, thin walls and enters a vast network of tiny blood vessels called capillaries. Red blood cells, each carrying hemoglobin, eagerly bind to the oxygen molecules and begin their journey through the circulatory system, delivering life-giving fuel to every cell in the elephant's enormous body. In return, the blood releases carbon dioxide, the waste product of metabolism, which diffuses back into the alveoli. The process then reverses. The diaphragm and intercostal muscles relax, the chest cavity shrinks, and the elastic recoil of the lung tissue pushes the carbon dioxide-rich air back out through the trunk, completing the cycle of breath. When we compare the elephant's respiratory system to that of other mammals, its unique adaptations become even more apparent. A horse, for example, is another large athletic animal, but its respiratory strategy is vastly different. A horse relies on a high breathing rate to meet its oxygen needs during exertion. An elephant, however, breathes much more slowly and deeply, with a resting rate of only 4 to 6 breaths per minute. This slow, deep breathing is far more efficient. It minimizes the amount of dead space air, the air that remains in the trachea and bronchi, and doesn't participate in gas exchange. By maximizing the volume of fresh air reaching the alveoli with each breath, the elephant conserves energy. This low metabolic rate relative to its size is a key survival strategy, allowing it to thrive on a diet of fibrous plants and sustain its energy over long migrations. Furthermore, the direct connection of the lungs to the chest wall is a crucial adaptation for an animal that loves water. It allows the elephant to use its trunk as a snorkel, breathing comfortably while fully submerged without the pressure differences that would cause lung damage in other mammals. The elephant's lungs are fundamental to every aspect of its survival. The sheer power required to move a body weighing several tons, to tear branches from trees, or to walk for dozens of miles in search of water is fueled entirely by the oxygen these lungs provide. In the intense heat of the savanna, efficient breathing also plays a role in thermoregulation, helping to dissipate some of the body's enormous metabolic heat. Beyond sheer physical power, the lungs are the engine behind the elephant's rich and complex communication. The iconic trumpet, a blast of air forced through the trunk, can be heard for miles and conveys a range of emotions, from excitement to alarm. The low-frequency rumbles, some of which are below the range of human hearing, are produced by vibrations in the larynx, powered by a steady and controlled exhalation from the lungs. This infrasonic communication allows herds to stay in contact over vast distances, coordinating movements and maintaining social bonds. From the power of a charge to the subtlety of a silent rumble, the lungs are the source. As the sun sets, casting long shadows across the landscape, the herd moves with a quiet grace, their breaths slow and steady. The elephant's lungs are more than just anatomical structures. They are a testament to nature's ability to solve immense physical challenges with elegant and efficient design. They are the silent, powerful engines that grant these giants the endurance to roam the continents, the strength to shape their environment, and the voice to communicate across the plains. In every breath of the elephant, we witness a profound connection between anatomy and existence, a perfect adaptation that makes the life of Earth's largest land animal possible. Thank you for joining us on this journey deep into the world of the breathing giants. If you found this fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and explore more wonders of the natural world with us.